All right, first things off, we got OtES versus Bbatts. You know that Bbatts kind of popped off at Pound, right?
What happened? What did Bbatts do?
I have to say it. He beat Null.
Come on, Gio.
Come on, Gio. He's been working on the Peach matchup for like the last week. And
Chop it.
since Bbatts beats Gio, that means Bbatts is like top 50.
Didn't Bbatts almost beat Ginger last time, or did he beat Ginger? I don't remember.
He almost beat Ginger. He didn't quite beat him. So
Right,
obviously, since Bbatts has the Geo win, that means, you know, he must have he must be beating OtES no matter what, right?
So, from what I've watched of Bbatts, you can say where you're completely wrong.
Oh,
my
shoot.
impression has been that Bbatts is really good at scraps. And is like a scrap-based player. Not the most solid at like stage positioning, neutral, that sort of stuff. But like you see, like just dash attack. Like
could have probably gone in there instead.
Not really the type to take their time. You know, Bbatts doesn't take the time, but that actually is a really scary sort of player sometimes, because you're like, man, this person is just willing to.
Is OtES just better than Null? Is that what we're seeing here?
It's too solid. Kadora.
He might just be better than Null. I don't know.
you just want to say shit. You want to hurt feelings.
I have to. I have to, because oh my goodness, if you got that up air. Alright.
You want to hurt feelings. Gio was at home. He didn't hurt nobody.
He was really sad about it, but I gotta make fun of him a little. You know, that's how we get by in SoCal. You gotta make fun of them enough so then they never lose again.
True. It's true.
Seems like secretly Bbatts was the he was the Kadoran fluffer where I asked Bbatts for warm up against Wally and Laud, and because of Bbatts warm up, I ended up beating those two people. So I'm just gonna say it. Bbatts is like the best Peach. I don't know. Watch him take this stock.
Bbatts' style is also the type that you'd want to get warmed up against. Because in order to beat someone like Bbatts, you have to like not make mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like actually know your rules.
You can't overextend against this style. And so, yeah, it's a really good style to practice against. So that makes sense.
And look at him take the stock. I mean, oh my goodness. I would have liked to see an up air instead of that nair, so that way it could pop him up a little better. Now he has to work a little harder. And how's he gonna get down? Stuck in disadvantage for a little bit. But
oh, dead.
Oh,
that's hard to get actually. So respect for getting that one. And Bbatts is making a bit of a comeback. A scary moment for OtES. I don't know.
OtES.
Yeah. Is it Oat Espanol?
OtES.
We're all guessing here.
Okay. But we see a bad little punish. I like that up air, but could not exactly beat Saibi to ledge. It's a little hard for Peach to cover that. I think I typically see Armada cover that though with like preemptive turnip if he could set it up. Not like that, but I feel like he would have thrown it a little sooner. Oh my.
Oh my. Bbatts, don't lose. or just get. Oh my god. All right.
Maybe this is some perfect material for Gio to study. But
I mean, all I'm seeing right now is that OtES is like hard calling Bbatts going in on the first beat.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually played like a lot.
And Bbatts is going in on the first beat like every time.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But that's gonna be painful right there, and does not tech. So an even game. One down smash is one dream. So a little fun fact there, whenever you get up aired on the top platform of Fountain, you could always hold SCI up with the C stick upwards, and Fox's up air should actually never work if they short hop up air.
This is actually true for the Cyplat too.
Uh, Side plat? If they short hop up air,
short hop,
sure.
that's what I mean. Yeah, if they short
Yeah,
hop.
yeah, but I'd say that one's a little less common, but
It is a little less common,
yeah,
but
especially with
still,
Fountain, it's way more
it's
variable.
still, it's still good to know. You know what I mean?
Tight
Yeah,
game.
Yoshi's a top plot too. So.
Oh, why is he holding down? You can't be holding down versus Peach, my guy.
Oh my god, that's actually
You
gonna be.
can't be dropping these Bbatts. A little too preemptive that turnip pool. Should be it. Reverses.
Oh, could have actually died to live that one. That was not actually a kill.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, he landed on the side platform for a little bit. Oh, no. Yeah, if he was a little bit more prepared, yeah, he could have made him work a little harder. Kind of a little scrappy on both sides, a little bit of sloth. I'd say like I think OtES's win conditions. It's just not hold down because oh my goodness, I I, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Bbatts is just a lot harder. Is a big part of this so far, and also, first of all, that recovery was really bad.
Mhm.
Um, I think. Oh my god,
Dude.
right.
I mean, I get why you want to hold down because he did try to attempt to crouch cancel down tilt, but first of all, Peach isn't at knockdown percent, and secondly, like that's just like not good risk reward. What if they just press down? And we see Bbatts get 2 down smashes, 2 kills. Oh my goodness.
And this is the type of style which can overwhelm you. Like, this exact style is the one where you're like, uh-oh, they're just hitting me over and over again, and the match is like a minute and a half, you know. So OtES has to slow it down a little bit.
You know, one thing I forgot about Pound was that I was running Unfrozen Stadium, and oh boy, playing at that stage. I think like most people avoided playing Stadium if they could help it. Like I actually only played Stadium once in my entire tourney at Pound. So I think yeah,
Well, what do
most
you know?
people don't like that stage when it comes to transformations.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer Frozen as well. But what are you gonna do? We know why it's unfrozen sometimes. It's not a mystery.
So it really feels like OtES is just he's just running in brazenly, right?
Yeah, I mean, he actually had a decent beat on what Bbatts was doing, but
Oh
then,
goodness.
like couldn't keep up his own game plan.
Mhm.
Um, it's how it looked like, and Bbatts has the style of like being able to overwhelm you really quickly. Um, so not a bad showing, but I think overall, like the player that hit harder and has a more overwhelming style ended up winning.
Yeah,
You
and it also feels like there's a lot of traps. Like if you don't know Fox Peach very well, there's a lot of traps going on that if you willingly hold down, that's kind of bad enough as is. But also, like just doing normal shield pressure, you have to hold down in order to press shine. And we actually saw that at the end, where like he thought he could land a shine, but because it was a little off,
know?
Peach's down smash eats that up so badly, and that is like probably like the most noob trap thing in the matchup is whenever I play the matchup of my species, I immediately find that I get destroyed because I'm pressing shine at the wrong time, and I
You
feel
know,
like. Hmm?
what's a thing that's not talked about enough in
Yeah.
general?
Uh,
Um,
I'm gonna guess
accuracy.
we're gonna talk about messing with execution.
No, I'm not gonna talk about that at all. That's talked about a lot.
Go over your blight shield thing, but go on.
No, I'm not gonna talk about any of those things.
What?
I'm gonna talk about accuracy, which is one thing you can practice with like exercise and the barrel stuff. But what I more so mean is like your ability to number one, recognize the range of your own moves, and two, hit standing or moving targets from any position at any position. You know what I mean? Just um just in general. And like that shine miss is just like not knowing how big your shine is. Like just Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the best fox in the world would never even try to shine there. They would
Yes.
dash because
Yeah.
they just know that the shine would never hit there. Like, that's just the pure raw, they just know the shine's not that big, right?
hmm Whether you
Um,
like it or not, like if you're a spacey player and you have to fight Peach, you're gonna find out firsthand when it's good to shine and when it's really bad to shine.
right, and I actually think accuracy is one of the things that takes, like, the most experience to start building up. Like,
hmm
it takes a lot of playing Melee to know how to hit stuff and, like, when it works and the ranges. But also, like, you know, some people are more accurate with certain moves than others, like, and sometimes it takes years to be like, "Oh, this player is, like, only good at, like, this one move." Like, let's say there's a lot of Marks who are good at fair, but they're not good at nair, but they're good at nair, but they're not good at fair, right? And
hmm
why is that? Because they just know that one move a little bit better because 'cause they've played and used it more than the
hmm
other, right?
hmm
And that's pretty common. Um, but, like, one thing I watch out for is, like, okay, can this person, like, end of the line, if you gave them a target on a screen and said, "Hit this right now," right? Could they do that? And could they do it efficiently? And could they get to that spot as, like, framed perfectly, right? Um, it's kinda like, aiming in an FPS, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually similar. It's actually
hmm
very similar.
Point and
Um,
click properly. It's like
it's
anyone
just
can do it, but what about the accuracy of it?
you're right. And, like, can you hit the right hitboxes you're going for? Um, and, I actually thought there was a good amount of that in that set where, you know,
Yeah, because like it felt like
OtES actually missed a lot of, like, not because of tech skill, but because of accuracy.
yeah, like he had a good game plan, but because he didn't know when to press down properly and like his accuracy was a little off, he was eating a lot of unnecessary percent. It's like definitely not something you would see you know, better foxes that is proficient at the matchup, but fall for necessarily.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully, exercise is a good measure. It's actually kind of trash from Arth because like the egg only pops if you get a tipper.
Yeah,
So
you could just change that though. You
you
could just
can, but it's like at that point.
no, it's
Uh
still it's still useful. It's still useful.
I
I think
personally never used it.
what do you use for your
I never
accuracy
really
training?
found value doing exercise as Marth.
What do you use for your accuracy training?
Um this
The
might
barrel
sound
thing is
dumb.
okay, but what's
What?
up?
This might sound dumb, but I kind of just visualize it.
That's fine. People
Yeah.
used to do that.
Yeah.
I also think, you can do it with CPUs.
Yeah.
You can do, like, level 1 Samus is my favorite one. I
Mhm.
don't know why, but I always like to beat up on Samus.
What
Um,
Samus? That's like
I
the
think
character. That's like the one character you can't combo as Marth.
I think that's why, though. You wanna pick a floaty for accuracy training 'cause, you want one that, like, the CPU is just, like, drifting around and then walking occasionally, and, like, you wanna just hit them over and over again, you know? You don't
Mhm.
wanna pick a fast faller where, like, they're getting knocked down all the time, you know?
Right.
You wanna pick one where you're supposed to hit different spots in the air.
Mhm.
Um, so, like, that's what I used to do. I think exercise is still useful, but yeah, you're right, like, the hard part is that, like, what we actually need for true accuracy training is like the FPS version where, like, we want target test, but, like, in each like, in different zones, right? Like, you pop a target, you go to the next target, you know what I mean? That kinda stuff.
Mhm.
Like, moving target test.
I remember a spacing training I was doing at some point when I had to get good versus Sheik during like I think my second or third year of playing was at some point I was practicing crossing up a Sheik doing a walk for S smash. Like I remember doing that at least like an hour a day. Just focus on like doing max momentum walk, space a tipper S smash. Because like I think I remember seeing PP do it a couple times to like kill Sheik with like a tipper S smash. Just like it's so badass too. I think that's actually like secretly like one of Mart's most badass kills to like just walk slowly past the Sheik, landing on stage and landing a tipper. Oh,
Yeah,
that feels really good. And it's also deceptively really hard to do. Uh that's probably like another instance of spacing training that I did.
right. Oh, I remember, like, it's sometimes also you just need to know things, like, it's a lot of game knowledge. Remember when, like Ken told me, was like, you know, Blur, Mars Tipper is actually like more inside of the sword than you think.
Yeah,
And then once I knew that, that helped so much.
yeah.
Like I was like,
Mart's
wait a second,
hitboxes are actually
super weird.
deceptively, they're just
Yeah.
lying.
They're kind. You think you want to hit with the tip of the sword, but what you actually want to hit it with is like 3/4 in.
Hmm.
You know, is that's like the real where you want to aim for.
Hmm. And
Um,
like I had to like point out to a student somewhat recently is that Mart's S smash doesn't come out like the hitbox suggests. It's like after like 2 to 3 frames is like when the hitbox finally comes out, but like the animation is like wrong. Did you know that?
yeah.
So